Well, before we get into the details of the forecast, I have to give a shout out to all of my new friends at the Ludlow Senior Center. I got to go talk with them all about weather today, and shout out some of my new girlfriends over there. They were fantastic. Giggles, I believe, is one of them, and thank you guys so much for having me. Now, as far as our forecast goes, one of the things we did talk about was the heat and, of course, the rain and the flooding situation. Temperatures today have been quite warm, getting into the upper 80s across the lower valley, even around 90, I think, in downtown Springfield. Lots of 90s up and down the I-95 corridor. And dew points are still okay depending on where you are. If you've already seen some showers come through, they're definitely higher. The lower valley hasn't really seen any wet weather yet, so dew points are moderate, but they are starting to climb, and that's a trend that's going to last for the next several days. We're going right back to that tropical range of humidity. Dew points climbing back to the upper 60s tomorrow. Once we get above 70-degree dew points, that's when it really feels like Florida outside. We get into almost that tropical range through Sunday, actually. Dew points dip a little bit Monday, and then I think they shoot back up again Tuesday before we get more of a break. Tonight, we do have this cold front coming into the area, but the bigger picture is the same story we've been dealing with over and over again, this pattern that we just keep getting locked in. There's an upper level low north of the Great Lakes, a dip in the jet stream keeping them cool. The jet stream comes right up against New England, keeping the storm track in our area, bringing up all that moisture out of the south, the heat, the humidity, and that gives us a chance for heavy rain. Now tonight, dew points are high, but it's not, insane, and we don't have a ton of wet weather. So far, showers and storms have been fairly isolated. Looks right now like one is kind of impacting the Mass Pike there in western Berkshire County. Berkshire County getting the brunt of this, but we have seen showers and storms weaken as they've moved east. Most have been north of the Mass Pike, but a few could drift south before everything fizzles out around 8 p.m. tonight. After that, some clearing should happen pretty quickly, but then cloud cover is going to start moving back in overnight. Tomorrow we'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies, a muggier day, but still very warm. Temperatures get back into the 80s, possibly nearing 90, depending on if we get any sunshine. Now, a warm front's going to be pushing back northward during the day tomorrow. Very low chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but more isolated than what we've seen today. So we could be talking just a couple, if anything at all. However, there is a high likelihood of rain. It just doesn't come until tomorrow night. So that's the trick. We're going to be watching for this line forming along an upper level disturbance, and that line is going to come into Berkshire County close to sunset tomorrow night. It continues pushing eastward, and it looks like rain could fill into the area close to midnight. Some heavy rain possible, along with a few embedded rumbles of thunder even during the overnight. It pulls out by Friday morning, and then Friday during the daytime, especially as it heats up, we'll be dealing with more rounds of showers and storms. And a couple storms could pack a punch with damaging wind gusts. That's the concern for tomorrow. We have a low end risk across all of western Mass. Futurecast is showing again not much during the day, but it's that line tomorrow night that we have to keep an eye on. So I think most of the rain we get is actually going to be close to midnight. That first batch moves out. We don't have much going on Friday morning, but then Friday afternoon, showers and storms flare back up again. They'll be scattered and widespread all over southern New England, even northern New England too. And there is a concern for isolated flooding and flash flooding, especially with all the recent rainfall. Now, it looks like Saturday we'll get a bit of a lull, and then Sunday we're going to be doing this all over again. Low end severe weather risk for Friday as well. Again, damaging wind gusts is really the only concern. I think the excessive rain is the biggest issue that we'll be facing for obvious reasons. A moderate risk for flash flooding has been issued up and down Vermont, right along the valley there across the river. So not surprising, this is areas that got hit the hardest just the last few days. And then all over southern New England, we have a slight risk for flash flooding as we continue into Friday. Rainfall amounts are tough. It depends on thunderstorms, but we could see another, 1 to 3 inches depending on what comes through. So likely seeing some first alert weather days to end the week. Again, a lull Saturday, more showers and storms Sunday, and then Tuesday, followed by a nicer stretch of weather through the end of next week. Abby, back to you.